I've got a board full of gems, I can't find a match, and this is Barrage. That's right, we're talking about Bejeweled and how much you suck at it. Daddy of the Match 3 genre, herald of the Facebook game, proliferator of casual gamers. And it's rough. No, we're not talking about the dainty little puzzle modes where you have an eternity to decide which move is less likely to plunge you into the boring, inevitable chasm of defeat by immobility. No, we're talking about its lightning mode, or if you're familiar with Bejeweled on mobile or Facebook, it's blitz mode. Let's get the reason for this video out of the way. If you think that Bejeweled is a game to be played by 40-something women like the demographics data says, you're dead wrong, and I'm going to prove to you what a massive skill cap it actually has. Let's assume you don't actually know anything about Bejeweled and get you up to speed here. It couldn't be much more simple in terms of what you actually need to do. You score points by switching two adjacent gems in such a way that 3 or more gems of the same color are in a straight cardinal line. You cannot make a move unless it results in a match. If you match 4 gems in a line, you create an explosive gem which destroys everything in a 3x3 grid around it when it is matched. If you match 5 gems, you create a star cube which will destroy all gems on the board that are of the color you matched the cube with. Lastly, if you make 2 matches going in different directions with a single gem, you create what's called a cross gem, which will destroy all gems that share a row or column with the cross gem. Matched gems are replaced by randomly chosen gems which fall from the top of the screen. All gems that are destroyed will give you points, and obviously, if you destroy more gems simultaneously, and if gems that fall from the top of the screen cause more matches in what's referred to as a cascade, you will score more points. Easy, right? The grid is pretty sizable, but there's 7 different colors of gems, which means that you can't just be perceptive about detecting and making matches. In Bejeweled's speed modes, you have to be quick. You have a limited time in which to score as many points as possible, and in Bejeweled 3, which I'm using footage from here, you can extend this time by performing well and matching time bonus gems that spawn as a result of performing well. Specifically, the way this mechanic works is that when the timer expires, all of the time bonus gems you've accumulated will result in an additional timer. The timer will sort of jump up to the amount of time that you've gained, and you'll have a bit more opportunity to get more time bonus gems. This can't be done indefinitely, at least I don't think it can be done indefinitely. As I said, it's a hard game, and I haven't actually done, let's say I haven't done a professional job in this particular mode. So here's where the skill cap comes in. Bejeweled does everything in its power to let you act quickly. Normally, you would be unable to make a match until after your previous match had settled. Not the case here. You can hit matches as fast as you can hit the W, A, S, and D keys. Because this is a timed mode and not a puzzle mode, you are also always guaranteed a match somewhere on the board. You might have a hard time finding it sometimes if there's only one available, which absolutely happens from time to time, but it's there. Finding and making matches in rapid succession is tricky and requires that you train yourself, just like any other video game which involves building difficult skills. Even though this is a game of honed pattern recognition with minimal tactics, it's a mental challenge to be able to move your brain onto the next match while your hands are still making the previous one, and to keep doing that over and over and over, even as the entire board is reset by massive combos of destructive gems, forcing you to reacquaint yourself with the general layout. This is undeniably a difficult game despite the presentation geared towards, as I said, middle-aged women. That fact brings up an interesting point about substance and appearance, though. The whole don't judge a book by its cover theme applies to video games as well, and the reason I used Bejeweled 3 as the subject here is because few games strike me as screaming, "I belong on Facebook for the casuals," more loudly than this does. Granted, Bejeweled Blitz is actually quite muddled with microtransactions and powerful consumable items which destroy the spirit of the game by unfairly boosting your score, but that's a topic for another video. This has been Barrage.